Hi, hello everybody. Hi friends. Hi, Andrea's already on. Good to see you, Andrea. And we got about 11 and a half minutes before we get started. So we're actually out here at the parking lot and Rhema Bible College. Memphis Stefan, hey, good to see you. And so we're just going to wait a few minutes until it's about time to get started, and then we're going to get back on the road here. And Karina from Connecticut, good to see you. We're going to do a little drive-through tour first because I think it will help everyone see the lights a little better and the whole layout. And then once we're done with the drive-through, we will get out and go ahead and walk through the lights. And why? And Camilo, thank you guys for coming. And yeah, so feel free to kind of post things in the chat as you maybe need me to either slow down or if you want a vertical shot of something for your postcards, let me know. And is it Violetta or Violetta? I'm going to say Violetta. And looks like the Canadian flag. It's awesome. So we've got people joining from all around the world here. And Chandra. All right. Good to see you. So just kind of introduce myself. I've got a lot of folks on here I think are going to be new. Greetings from Bali. Good. Yeah, if you guys want to post on here, like where you're from, anything about like that you want to post about yourself and about joining this tour, any questions you might have. And Ava from Toronto, Linda, good to see you. So my name is Rick Roach, and I have been doing Heygo tours for, gosh, I don't know, maybe like a month now, and started in Portugal. Lori, my wife, and I, we moved over there in September, and we really love it there, but we also have family and friends in the U.S., and my son just had a little granddaughter, so we came back over here to visit and welcome our little Lily into the world. And so while we're here, we thought we would, I would just really like to do some Heygo tours for my viewers, my followers. We call you Voyagers, which is a cool word, and explore some things here in the U.S. So one of the things that is unique to this area of town where we lived is I'm in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. There's a suburban town called Broken Arrow. I say little, it's not little, it's actually pretty big. And they have a Bible college here that has been putting on a light show for, gosh, about 40 years, actually. I guess this is the 40th year for this. And it's just gotten bigger and bigger. And so now they're up to several million lights. Oh, thank you, Andrea. And so I thought, wow, it'd be a great opportunity to share that with everyone. And it's been a pretty, it's like a family tradition for us to come over here and kind of see all the lights each year. Either drive through if it's super, super cold. There's been some years where the weather's just been so bad we didn't want to get out. But tonight we're going to drive through and then we're going to walk through. So you're going to get to see everything. And the weather's nice here. It's been in the 60s today, so kind of unusually warm for December, but Oklahoma weather can be 10 degrees in the morning and 60 at night, or the other way around. Hi, Kenneth. Thanks for coming. And so we got about 7.5 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and try to get in place for the driving part of this tour. So once we get a little bit closer to that, I'm going to turn this around and kind of start looking out the window at the lights and things that we can see. And just kind of waiting for the rest of the tourists, the viewers, to come on. And Lori, my beautiful wife Lori, is doing the driving tonight for the driving part of the tour, so I can show you guys the lights. And We have a channel called Rick and Lori's Grand Adventure. It's on Facebook, and we have a website, Instagram, and those kinds of things. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of our adventures together, you could tune into that. So on this Heygo tour tonight, we're going to see the Rhema Christmas lights. They're spectacular. And then tomorrow I actually have a tour tomorrow morning out in Catoosa, Oklahoma, for a little tour of a Route 66 iconic figure out there called the Blue Whale. And if you've have any interest in Route 66, I'm going to share some history there with that as well. Lori and I have driven Route 66 many times, and it's one of our favorite roads. And so we'll have a little bit to show. So I'm going to go ahead and we still got about 5 minutes to get started, but as we travel back out towards the front, I'm going to go ahead and give you a preview here. Let me see if I can get my gimbal set right. Try to get that turned around so you can see what's going on in front of us. And there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and get this squared away here. All right. So we're just getting in position here, and we have to be really careful on the drive-through part because there are a lot of pedestrian traffic out here, a lot of kids and with their families that are crossing back and forth across these areas that are, not lit by parking lights, of course, because they want to be able to see the Christmas lights. Here comes a couple of horse-drawn carriages, and they actually have those rides available out here for people that want to do that and get a little tour through the lights that way. We actually did that one year as a family. Hi, Preston. Thanks for joining. Good to have you. So Preston's my son. He's joining us tonight. I'm happy to see him on here. He's probably watching this and the football game with his favorite Dallas Cowboys playing tonight. So we still got about 4 minutes. We got Marcia from Virginia and let's see, Andrea from Philadelphia. It says, mind blown. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, we all have our favorite team. Oh, look at that, Eagles. Yeah, I know. I'm a Chiefs fan, so yeah, Preston and I, we have some discussions about teams and things like that sometimes. It's fun. So looking across this way, I'm going to see if I can pan over. My gimbal is trying to turn sideways on me for some reason. You can see some of the buildings are well lit. And mode am I in here? And then the trees. So this obviously is not even a small portion of the lights, but like I said, we're just kind of getting in position to do the drive-through part of this. And then we'll get out and we'll have a better view of everything, the bigger lights. Hi, Christine, Elsie. I see Virginia on here. Good to have everybody tonight. So we're at Rhema Bible College. You can see maybe there I'm trying to, gimbal is really giving me trouble here for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm going to try to adjust it here. Up on top of that building is a big shield of faith. That is the logo for the Rhema Bible College here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Hi, Francis and Jenny. Good to see you. And Lori. We're, okay. So my gimbal just lost a signal, so I'm going to have to reset that. Apologize. I'll hold this in place until I get that done. And we'll get started in here in just a few minutes. Is this considered part of the Tulsa metro area? Yes, it is, Marcia, actually. It all kind of runs together. We've got Tulsa and some of the surrounding towns are Broken Arrow, Bixby, Jinx, They all kind of run together on the southern end of Tulsa. And then on the edges, I guess that's probably the basic part of the metro area. There are quite a few surrounding suburbs. Elsie says she has no sound. Is everyone else getting sound? I just want to see. If you're able to hear me, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, good. All right. So Elsie, you might want to refresh and or try to log out and log back in. Okay, so yeah, with about a minute left, we're going to go ahead and get into position here and do the driving part of the tour. So I'll give you a little advance notice that we're going to start out with, of course, they're beautiful lights all around these trees and so forth. And but we'll end up with the grand finale over on the other side with the majority of the lights and the displays, the animation, some of the musically synced parts of the display in the park. So we've got about 110 acres here on this campus, and most of it is lit up in Christmas lights. They run the lights from about November 23rd, 24th, somewhere around the week of Thanksgiving until January 1st. And it's a pretty big ordeal. They install these, they put these up every year and take them down. So it takes them quite a while to get that done. I think, I used to live over here in this area. So kind of watching them do that process, they actually would start in about October. And so it's good to see everybody on here. Thank you for coming. And like I said earlier, if you want to, good evening from Dallas. Hey, Dallas, Judy B, Melanie, good to see you guys. And yeah, so I was just talking about, and I lived over in this area. We used to watch them put those lights up starting about October. And kids really loved coming over here, of course. Thank you for following. Yeah, if you guys will follow me, you can get notifications on my other tours. I've got another one coming up in, actually tomorrow morning. I'll be out in Catoosa, Oklahoma for a tour of the Blue Whale, which is a Route 66 fixture, an icon, and I'll give you some more history and stuff on that in the morning if you want to join. So right now we're doing the backside of the campus, which most people come in from the other direction and come around this way. And there goes my gimbal trying to turn vertical on me again for some reason. Whenever I turn this way, it's going sideways. So I think what I'm going to do is just deactivate my gimbal and just kind of hold this as steady as I can while we're driving. Okay, so we're going to make a little turn here and come into the side of the campus over here. We're almost to the road that comes in. A couple days ago, Beth. Oh, yeah, Ariel, I did see that you were joining. Thank you so much. And Barbara R. is my mom's actually on here tonight. So this is neat because we actually tried to come out here as a family a while back, and it was just the weather got miserable so bad that we couldn't get out of the car. We did a drive-through, but now we're going to do a drive-through, and we're going to then get out and see the rest of the lights. So we're a couple, 2.5, almost 3 minutes in. So we're going to circle back around, and we're going to come back to the front part of the campus, and then we'll get out and do our walking. But I thought it would be helpful if you got to see this side, because typically we don't walk over to this side when we're out here. So we get to see this on the drive-through first. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. And so you see some more people, Shannon and Tim and Kimberly, Sandra and Karen. Nice to see so many people on here enjoying these lights with us tonight. Of course, the reason for Christmas is Jesus' birth, and that's what we're remembering and celebrating. Even though Christmas, the day of December 25th, is past, we can still celebrate that. So Rhema Bible Church started in about 1974 and has grown to, over the years, to have more than 270 Bible churches across 54 countries with 930,000 alumni. And that's their mission, is to plant Bible churches all over the world. We have a program here that starts with a 2-year program, and then people can specialize and go for a 3rd or 4th year, depending on if they want to do mission work or pastoral work or other things like that. So we're going to try to come back through this way so we get to see all of it on the driving tour. And I apologize for the bumpiness. Let me try to get my gimbal going again so it's not so shaky. The gimbal just doesn't seem to want to cooperate while I'm in the car here. All right, there we go. All right, hopefully that's not too shaky. I'm trying to get you guys some stable enough to get some postcards. Garth Brooks, yes, Garth Brooks is from Oklahoma. He's from, I believe he's out from west of here, west of the city of Tulsa. He used to have a big ranch out there. I think he sold it. But yeah, we like Garth Brooks, great musician. So we're stopped here for some pedestrian traffic. And let's see if we can get that in the view. And if you want to do your postcards, of course, you can edit out and crop and things like that. There's people in your view or whatever that you want to go ahead and edit those photos. So one of the things I like, and we'll see more on the other side, there's some really big trees that have these dripping lights. And that's my favorite. Okay, here is a nice display of a band, and there's a family. All right. We've got other items over here. Kids and a whole village here on the lights. And we'll get a view here a little bit more. And I'll go ahead and kind of zoom in over here to this one. You can see the sign in the background. And I do apologize for the shakiness. This gimbal is giving me all kinds of problems tonight. I think it's because we're inside the car. It keeps wanting to turn itself off. So hi everybody that's joined recently. We've got Lori and JV and Ariana and Audra. I'm sorry, should have said that. And we're going to circle around here and come back in the other side so that we can get out and do the walking tour. I did reserve a full hour for this because I anticipated that the driving part would take a little bit of time with kind of stop and go for pedestrian traffic. And so we're kind of on the back side viewing some of the lights here. And then we're going to get around here in just a few minutes and see the larger displays, the bigger lights. Yes. Yeah. So Lori here is being patient with all the traffic, and Things going on around here, being real safe, cautious with traffic and people walking back and forth across these roads. So, and I'm trying to give as many views as I can of the lights. I don't know. So I got Kate and Susan and Anderson. Okay. Get some pretty pictures here. Maybe we'll go a vertical shot on that one in case you want to get the whole tree in. We'll go back this way. So we're actually waiting on some traffic here. Yeah, if you turn down that way, I can get out. And the road, as you can see, there's a red light up here holding us from getting back on the main road. So we're going to go down a little side road here. We're going to see some of these lights that are on the interior part of the campus. Last count on the website that I saw where they had posted the number of lights was actually close to 3 million. And this past year, they've actually refurbished, or I guess replaced, the lights to they've replaced the lights to LEDs, and that saves energy. I think the LED lights are actually brighter. And okay, look, we got more people joining. Thanks, guys, for coming. I'm gonna get out right up here into this drive here, and then I'm gonna walk and show you a little bit more of the interior lights, and then we'll walk over to the main part of the lights. Okay, get out. So, whoops, got a little bit of shift here as we get out of the car, and see, I've got a little problem with my microphone getting tangled up in the seat belt, so I'm gonna have to disconnect and pull that back around. Sorry about that. Just bear with me, please. Thank you, guys. All right, now we're back in business. So I'm going to actually walk right over here to this part of the campus and give you a quick peek of some of these lights. Most people don't come around to this side, and it's just mostly parking. So if I walk this way, we can get a view of that. And again, here we go with the gimbal truck. Almost there. We have a horse-drawn carriage. We have a horse-drawn carriage, and a lot of people here enjoying the night, the festivities. Here's the interior part of the light display. I'm going to go ahead and come back around here and go up towards the main part of the light displays here. So yeah, follow if you can, and then you can see my other tours that are available as they come available. I'll be scheduling some more for this trip through the U.S. that we have the next couple of weeks. Well, actually, through about the middle of January, be traveling across the U.S. and seeing some things on Route 66. and some other things. Here's a nice Merry Christmas sign. Hey, Marcia. Rally. Good to see so many people on tonight that can share in our Christmas light tour. So we'll go ahead and come on around to this part. Here's another view of the Merry Christmas. There's a lot of folks out tonight. The weather's nice. It's been in the 60s. Is this a neighborhood? Okay, so for those of you that have been joining recently, we're at the Rhema Bible College in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Broken Arrow is a suburb of Tulsa, Oklahoma. You may have heard of Tulsa. And this display here is one of the biggest around. It's several million lights. They've been doing this, started out with, I think, about 60,000 lights about 40 years ago. And since then, it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. How close to Sand Springs? Okay. We are probably from Broken Arrow to Sand Springs, maybe a 30-minute drive, 40-minute drive. Sand Springs is west of here. Hey, hi, Ray. Yeah, and so, all those towns are pretty close. Tulsa is a big metropolitan area. We're actually probably close to, I'm going to say 500,000 in the metropolitan area. So these are spectacular lights here, and I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to cross with these other folks here. And like I said, my favorites are the lights in the trees. They kind of look like dripping lights, raindrops. There's actually about 500,000 people per year that come to see this light display, which is amazing, from all over the country and all over the world. So I'm going to actually go this way first, I think, and circle back. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah, great permanent chili display at the museum. You're right, yeah. Yeah, Tulsa has a lot of things to see. We have museums, and around the area, Oklahoma City, there's some museums up there as well, a firefighters museum, softball museum, cowboy museum there as well. The temperature here right now is, I'm going to say upper 50s. So it was in the 60s today. The carriages are incredible. Yeah, so thanks, Sharon. Yeah, oh, yeah, it was freezing here just recently, probably less than a week ago. We were down in the single digits, and that was for the high, so less than 10 degrees. And now, the last couple of days has been a lot warmer. So about the 60s in the daytime and 40s in the night.
Who was it actually?
And so with the activities here, there's, of course, a lot of lights. There's a lot of displays and things like that. There's also some concessions. People are getting hot cocoa and other things, funnel cakes and kettle corn and all those good treats. So there are several places around that are especially lit up in this area, and it's hard to choose a favorite. There is no admission fee. This is completely free. They do accept donations, and so if you like to, when you come out, you can do that as well. So, and and it kind of reminds me, Heygo is free as well for you to join and have all these great experiences and tours. And tips are appreciated, and that kind of helps keep the platform going and helps keep us going with our equipment and time and everything to bring these tours to you. So if you can, I'm going to try to keep watching in the chat window here to see if I get any feedback of people wanting a specific view or anything. If you see me go past something that you want to see, I can kind of scan back over to it. Thank you, Cynthia. See, I'm trying to say your name. I'm not sure, but thank you for the tip. And I'm going to slow down a bit. So I'm trying to cover as much ground as possible because this campus is so big, but I want to give you guys great opportunities for postcards. This area here is nice. When we actually lived in this area, I don't know if you can see them out there. It's dark on the water, but there's some ducks and geese out here. And we would bring the kids over and let them feed the ducks and geese. They have a little place over here where you can, like a machine, you can put a quarter in and get some food for them. And it's kind of funny because the food is actually the fish like the food more than the ducks and geese, I think. Can you zoom on the carousel? Okay, yeah. And actually, I'll want to walk around and go back through it. It's not a carousel, it's a gazebo. And it is, so it's stationary, but yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful picture here and a beautiful view. Thank you for the feedback. The reflections are beautiful. And we have a fountain in the middle. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really a relaxing night out here. Festive. I'm going to go ahead and, give you a little better view of that gazebo if I can. So maybe get a better postcard picture of that. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. And Lisa. Okay. All right. So I'm going to kind of work my way around here. Let me back off a little bit so we can get a bigger view. Kristen Chenoweth is from Broken Bow. Yeah. We have quite a few stars and musically and actors and things like that from Oklahoma, from the Tulsa area and all around. Someone mentioned Garth Brooks earlier, so we also have, I don't know if a lot of people know that James Garner is from Oklahoma. If you guys remember James Garner from Maverick and from Rockford Files and all those old shows were on the TV back in the 70s. So I'm going to kind of come around this way, and we'll just pan over here to the left and try to slow down a little bit. Let me get you some good views here. And again, like I said, if you need me to slow down or maybe do a long shot, sometimes people like if we have longer, like taller things to get vertical shots, I can turn the camera sideways. You can do your postcard that way, and then you can edit it later, rotate it back. So here we are over here getting close to this edge of the park. And it looks like we've got a Jesus train over here. It says Merry Christmas on it. The trees. Yeah, I love the trees. Yeah, aren't they great and amazing? And it's like, so as I mentioned earlier, Rhema Bible College, they started in 74. They've been doing this light show since 1982. So started 40 years ago, and it's just gotten bigger and brighter and better every year. See if we can get some more of that train over there. I'll try to walk over that way maybe and get a little better view. So I'm glad to see so many people on here tonight able to enjoy this beautiful night out here at Rhema Bible College in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, with the beautiful lights in the trees and the displays. Even though December 25th is past, we can still celebrate Christmas and the birth of Jesus. Let me pan up a little bit, show you guys some of these lights up here that are spectacular in the trees. These dripping lights. And I have to force myself to slow down. So I kind of try to get in a hurry to make sure that we see the whole campus, but I'm sure we've got enough time to get there. I did schedule a full hour for this tour because I knew it was going to be a big area to cover. As I mentioned before, it's a 110-acre campus here. There's quite a few buildings here for college instruction and training for various positions in ministry, whether it be missionary positions or pastoral and those kinds of things. It's what Rhema is, their organization is all about. I'm going to kind of pan back across the water here again for a little bit of a different view of the gazebo. Okay, 2:25 there in England. Yeah, it is 1 a.m. You're staying up awful late to see this. Thank you. It is about, I think we're coming up close to 8:30 now. I'm going to say about 8:25. So yeah, we're actually 6 hours behind you. So just as a caveat, Lori and I moved to Portugal about 3 months ago in September. So I've done a couple of tours there, a few in Portugal, and really enjoyed that on Heygo. So as we came back over to the States, just to visit family and friends in this season, and also to welcome our new granddaughter Lily into the family. So she was born on the 21st, almost a Christmas baby. I guess we could still call her a Christmas baby. And got a lot of folks out here tonight enjoying this time. I think I'm going to walk down through here. Looks to be some good displays over here on the other side. Of course, you've got the candy canes and other kind of typical light displays that you would see for Christmas. And we got kind of over here, I'll let you kind of see the concessions we've got. Looks like they got candy and popcorn, cookies, chips, cake pops. Got drinks. They got apple cider, cappuccinos, and hot chocolate. I don't even think it's... Oh, thanks, Ann. Thanks for that. I don't even think it's cold enough for hot chocolate tonight, but sometimes that hot cocoa is good. Yeah, unlimited sweets. You're right. Yeah, a person could get a lot of sugar here. Kind of come over to this side. And I decided that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just try to go a little bit slower get some views, and maybe if I need to, I can circle back through. So, Sugar Rush, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, when we would bring the kids over here when they were younger, they got to choose one thing. So we didn't overload on the sugar. And that seemed to work out pretty good. They all had their favorites. Some liked cotton candy. Some liked the hot cocoa and things like that. Is Portugal in their summer season now? No, actually, Portugal is in winter. And when we left there, we lived in, well, we do live when we get back in Tavira, Portugal, which is a town in the Algarve region on the southern end of Portugal. And in the summertime gets real hot, but it's great for tourists that are visiting and holiday to get time on the beach. We've got great beaches there with the Atlantic Ocean, beautiful blue-green water of the Atlantic. Very clear. So when we moved there in mid-September, we were able to actually go swimming in the Atlantic. It was that warm. So I'm going to circle back around this way, and then I'm going to double back and go over to the larger displays. So we'll see about this way. It's kind of neat to see some of these animated displays. If you can see here across this little creek, there's animation of a little boy fishing, and then another one over here, I think kind of laying on the back, taking a little snooze, kicking his foot up in the air. We got a teeter-totter over there in the background, and a little house over here, gingerbread house. So there's the whole gingerbread house playground with the kids that are in the light displays, all dressed up in their winter clothes and their sleds and skis. Okay, we got one going down a little slide over here. A little stern wheeler here in the foreground. I didn't even notice that you even got one over here in the trees swinging across the top of that stern wheeler. Okay. So yeah, thanks for the notes in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with that as I navigate through the area here. So I think once I get around past this area, I'll double back and go back over to the main area, because I do want to, before the end of the tour, for you guys to see the light tunnel and it's synced to music, which is really cool. Got some Christmas music. And I'm going to kind of walk a little quicker through this area. There's a little less lights and a little more pedestrian traffic. There's the bathrooms are over here. So I'm going to get up here to this area and stop here for a minute and let you see these lights here. And even I wish that I had, let me back this out a little bit more again so you can see a little bit broader view, because the trees above us, there's lights strung all across the trees. And I don't know, you might be able to hear the train in the background. We've got a train driving by, so hopefully you can still hear my voice. So once we get up here to the road, we'll be real careful kind of coming back down the road area. Like I say, a lot of people drive through, And some people turn their lights off, so you just have to be careful if you come out here. Be aware if you got kids, hold them real tight so that they don't stray and get out in the traffic. Here's a nice little view of the Jesus Christmas train. So good to see so many folks on here tonight. Yeah. And if you want to, follow me, you can click the follow button, hit the notifications, and you can see when I have the other tours. So come back around. Here comes the train. So coming through town here. Around here, get away from that train noise. But yeah, Marcia, I saw you asked that I've lived in Tulsa before I moved. Yeah, I lived in Oklahoma for around 40 years. Actually grew up in Oregon, some in Oklahoma, a little bit in California. And then last place I lived in the U.S. was Oregon before we moved to Portugal. So, because we just moved to Portugal in mid-September, and we've been really enjoying our time there. So I get a little picture here of the Magi, the three kings that are typically talked about in the story of Jesus' birth and bringing him the gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh to honor the king. The Messiah that they had been waiting on for centuries, and ironically didn't recognize who he was when he got here. So, hi, Mary Lou from Calgary, and we got other folks joining. David S. Thank you for following, David. This is just an excellent night to be out here. Like I mentioned, for December, it's pretty warm weather in the Oklahoma and the Tulsa area. We're at Rhema Bible Church. Campus is about 110 acres and millions of lights, probably about 3 million, all on display here. And so far, and I'm about 36 minutes in, and I've covered about half of the lights. So we'll just kind of keep rolling this direction and cover the other half in the next 20 or so minutes. So many families out here tonight. It's tradition for a lot of families who live here in this area to come out every year. I mentioned, somebody asked if I was from the Tulsa area before, and yeah, we lived here in Broken Arrow, not even a half mile from this campus, right across the road over here, across 71st, in our neighborhood. So we got a lot of experience coming over here to see the lights each year, and it's just grown astronomically. So much bigger and brighter and festive. You try to pause a little bit more often for your postcards. And again, if you see something, just let me know. I'll try to pay attention to the chat window. Kind of holding the gimbal close to me because there's so many people here. I'm trying to avoid not bumping into people, so makes it a little bit tougher to read the chat, but I can get there. Yeah. So I hope everybody had a great Christmas, and however you celebrated, if you were able to be with family or friends and things like that, and have your traditional Christmas holiday tradition events. So, of course, the reason for Christmas is, our Savior Jesus Christ, who was born to take on the sins of the world, and that's the idea behind the festivities and the celebration. So over the years, many years, hi there, little boys being friendly and nice and saying hi. Over the years, we got Santa Claus that came around in about 280 AD, Saint Nicholas from Turkey, who, story is, gave away all of his wealth, his inherited wealth, and helped the poor, and became a saint for the, believe it or not, the sailors and the children. And so now we can hear a little bit of the music coming on over here by the tunnel, and the orchestrated light display is synced up with the music. And I've got a family here taking pictures, so I don't want to disturb them. I'm going to wait just a minute, pan back around here so you can kind of see where I am. Try to go slow enough so you don't get dizzy. And then we'll head on around here.
No.
The aqua lights, yeah. There are so many different colors and variations and, patterns that I think everybody can find a favorite. Everybody can find something that's especially likable. And okay, so the music just turned off for that round of music for the synchronized display. So we'll just kind of come around this way and just see a little bit of the things going on across the creek here. You can see that we've got a snowball fight going on over here. A little guy there has got a whole bunch of snowballs. I can pan back around here and see a little bit more of the playground. There's the girl in the swing again, so that's where we were earlier. And the rest of the playground, the teeter-totter and so forth. And then we are going to go ahead and round the corner here and head up towards the tunnel. We do have another song going. And oh, look here. We have a Charlie Brown Christmas. Here's Schroeder on the piano. And we've got Lucy, and it looks like Peppermint Patty. Always a fun time to watch the Charlie Brown Christmas. As a kid, that was a big deal, because back in that day, we didn't have video recorders and Netflix and other ways. Snoopy, yeah, I'm looking for Snoopy. I think we might see him up here in a minute. So when it came around once a year, you wanted to be sure you didn't miss it. Have all your friends over, and maybe your mom would make some hot cocoa and some cookies and some things like that, and celebrate Christmas with Charlie Brown. Ooh. So I'm going to kind of pan over this way, as I got a lot of folks here on a little benched resting area. And then we're going to see Snoopy and Linus and Charlie Brown. So this is the light tunnel in the foreground here. Hi, Zandra. Yeah, and I do. I still enjoy Peanuts and the Gang. So, trying to get a good view with the backdrop here. Kind of hard to see some of these without having anything behind them. So, if you can see, there's Charlie Brown. Oh, there's Sally over there on the right side. Charlie Brown, and then we got Snoopy here on top of his doghouse. And, of course, Linus was carrying his blanket. Interesting to see that as well. So in the Charlie Brown Christmas, it was interesting to watch how the characters interacted. And Linus was able to tell the story from the second chapter of Luke about the birth of Jesus. Of course, Charlie Brown got the little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that we've all kind of known to maybe even experience in our own lives. I know there's been a few Christmas trees in my life that were kind of Charlie Brownish, but that was fun. So yeah, we got about 15 minutes left, and so we're kind of coming around here to the finale. Of course, there's plenty more lights to see, but some of this area over here on this side is well lit. Many trees that are lit up and dripping the icicles. Queen. I'm originally from Oklahoma. You know, it's interesting, Ariel, that I actually am. I was born in Muskogee, Oklahoma. So if you've heard that song, I'm an Okie from Muskogee. That's me. But I've lived in other areas in the U.S. and recently going to we moved to Portugal, so you can follow me for tours there. We're going to go back there in January. All right. Got in on the tail end of that one. That was good. And we're going to start up another song with a little different light theme. Raisha's asking how to get my postcards. Maybe we can chat about that. If somebody can help her with that. I know that you take the postcards. You have to wait until I think the tour is over to be able to see your postcards. I'm not sure about that. Oh, looks like we have Noah's Ark over here. One side. You can see that in the background over there. Yeah, and when you get your postcards, you can share those on the Heygo platform. And so please do share those postcards. I like a lot of people, if they miss the tour, they can see some of the things on your postcards. And obviously you want to collect those for future reference and remembrance of the tour. So again, I just kind of state we're at Rhema Bible College in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, with millions of lights, about 3 million, and over 110-acre campus. If you go to rhemalights.org as the website, you can see a really great picture of the lights from above, like from an airplane view or a drone view, and it's pretty spectacular. I actually many years ago, I was able to go up in a small plane with a friend of mine and fly over Rhema when it was lit, and it was an awesome experience. So I think I'm getting kind of in a flow of traffic here where we're getting to see a little bit less lights. And so I'm going to pan back over, and we're going to go ahead and try to head back through the tunnel and maybe be able to see some more lights over here that are out closer to the main road in the front of the campus. From Broken Arrow, somebody asked. Yeah. Somebody asked if I was from Broken Arrow. I'm trying to see there. Oh, Kristen Chenoweth from Broken Arrow. Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. She's from either Broken Arrow or Jinx, which are both really close to Tulsa. So hope you guys are really enjoying this light show. It's wonderful, spectacular. So we've got about another 10 minutes left. So just remind you to follow, leave a review, and hopefully you've enjoyed this time together. And we're getting some kind of typical Christmas music now. The Feliz Navidad. Or as my kids say, fleas on my dog. You got it. Thanks, Janie, for posting that. Yeah, rhemalights.org. You can see a lot of more views, more information about Rhema and the lights and the tradition here of honoring Jesus' birth. You said drone footage. Yeah, I think, don't know if there's actually drone footage on their video, but there's a picture on the homepage of rhemalights.org that I think shows an aerial view, whether it was taken from a drone or an airplane. See the reindeer on the left. Oh, okay. Did I pass them? Let me come back here. Let's see if I can get back to that. Okay. So down here on the left, there's actually, it looks like a moose. And thank you, Janie. I do appreciate it. We'll get a little close up of that. And it was interesting, as I mentioned before, that my wife Lori and I would travel, and we have Rick and Lori's Grand Adventure on Facebook and our website. But one of the things that we've liked to do over the past few years is to go to national parks. And it was Lori's dream to see a moose in the wild. And so the last time we went to a national park, we actually got to see actually more than one moose. And I think can't remember if was that in Glacier or Rocky Mountain National Park. I think it was in Glacier. But anyways, yeah, so quite a few. That was really fun. Got a few more folks coming through. Oh, you're asking, okay, my kids. Yeah. Well, I'll just say between Lori and I, we have 9 kids. We now have 18 grandkids with the recent addition of our little Lily that was born on December 21st and 1 great-granddaughter. So a big family. And we came over to the States. Like I said, we moved to Portugal a few months ago. We came back over to the States to see all of our family and traveling across the country as they're scattered from Oklahoma to Utah to Oregon. It's been interesting getting to schedule time with each one and try to make sure we see everybody. And it's a fun challenge. We like to do it. So we got a little bit more Christmassy music. And I think we've stopped here for a family photo in the lights. This is a great place to do photos. And now I've got a few here, some of my kids and grandkids in the tunnel or at the edge of the tunnel. So, thank you guys for joining. So yeah, we got about another 6 minutes. So I'm going to kind of end up over here with a little bit more of a static pose here where we can get some postcards and tell you about my other tours. So tomorrow morning, I have a tour in Catoosa, Oklahoma, to look at the blue whale, which is a big feature of Route 66. And then as Lori and I travel, we're just going to add more tours. So be sure to follow so you can get notifications, because with our traveling, it's going to be kind of short notice on a lot of these tours that I'm doing over the next few weeks. And that way you can see them as they come up. You won't miss anything. Leave a review, leave a tip if you like, if you've enjoyed this tour, and, give me some feedback. You can also contact me at rickandlori'sgrandadventure@gmail.com. Get a picture of the moose again. And I'll post links in my post. I'll go ahead and post that link again to rhemalights.org. So you can go see that if you didn't get a chance to capture that link for the website. If you guys are ever in this area this time of year, I would highly suggest you come around here and experience this for yourself. It's got a nice big American flag here. So, yeah. Kurt, that's funny. Yeah, the latitude at Tavira is only a degree difference from where we are. That's right. So somebody asking about the weather this time of year in Tavira. And so it can be pretty similar depending on which part of Portugal you're from or you're in at the time. We're in Tavira, which is in the southern end, which is typically warmer weather. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining. And but in the wintertime, like it is right now, it's rainy and kind of cooler, even a little bit cold. So, and it's damp. So we actually had to get a dehumidifier for our apartment to keep, for one thing, the apartments over there don't have dryers in them. So to get our clothes to dry, because it was too wet outside to dry on the clothesline, and then also to prevent mold from forming in the apartment. All right, hi, Nicole. Let me do another pan across here, and we'll get over here. Maybe we can get a view of the tunnel. Kind of pan back around here to this side. Yeah, good. Yeah, the reflection is wonderful, isn't it? Let me pan back around there to get that again. So that creek is nice. All right. And thanks again, guys, for joining us tonight. This has been a great tour and a lot of fun for us. Hope you got some good postcards. And I look forward to seeing you on some of my other tours. Like I said, it's over the next few weeks. they're going to be kind of random, and as we see things that on our journey to share, I'll post those. It might be a day or less of advance notice. Hopefully I can give you a day or more, but we're planning to go across the United States, and then up to Utah and over into Oregon to see the rest of our family, our kids and grandkids. And, we really are kind of at the mercy of the weather. Thanks, Ronnie Lynn. Appreciate that feedback. So that's going to be one factor in what we can show, but we really have loved stopping at traditional places that celebrate Route 66. It's called the Mother Road of the U.S., and was well traveled for many, many years. Connected the east to the west from Chicago to L.A. A lot of people like to, thanks, Don. It was really a great time for these lights, and we're blessed with good weather, so I can't really complain at all about what we were able to get here tonight. Pan back around here. A little bit more unusual fixtures over here. We got some monkeys and some pigs, but it looks like they are on their way to the Ark. So they got a Noah's Ark over here. So we got some 2x2 animals. We got some monkeys, some pigs. Back here we have some lions. And then on around here we have some kangaroos. Yeah. And we got some camels. On around the corner we have some hippos. I'm going to back up just a little bit, because if I back up enough and angle this right, you can see the reflection in the water, some of the lights.
Good job.
And we've got some horses, some elephants over here, and some giraffes. And kind of round off all the 2x2 animals going over to Noah's Ark. So thank you guys so much for joining tonight and helping us celebrate this time and this season. Kind of close out here to little happy birthday Jesus sign. Get a final postcard. I think that's about as close as I can zoom in and still keep it in focus. You're welcome, Marcia. Appreciate you being on here with us tonight. And let me back this out again. And I'm going to just go ahead and, I don't know if you can see us, but I'm going to go ahead and here's Lori, my beautiful wife, Lori. And as I said before, she's the other half of Rick and Lori's grand adventure. Some would say the better half. And so we just love to bring these things to you guys. We love to share things on our website and our Facebook posts. So hopefully we'll see you again on some tours. Follow, review, leave some, and post those postcards. And we'll see you around soon.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. After the Merry Christmas, we follow up with a Happy New Year. So God bless everybody. And have a great evening or a great night, a great morning, whatever time zone you're in. And we'll see you next time.